I'm Zane Mountcastle, co-founder and CEO at Picogrid. At Picogrid, we build infrastructure for the next generation of unmanned systems, linking together disparate systems that would otherwise never be able to work together into a common data layer. With Picogrid, the warfighter can reuse the same common infrastructure to adapt to changing mission requirements. This allows us to leverage the best new technologies from some of the most cutting-edge startups alongside our most sophisticated weapons platforms. In this exercise you see here, we're standing up a vehicle intrusion response system at a key desert choke point. We'll get into the specifics later. This use case, importantly, didn't exist a week ago. With our platform, we were able to design, integrate, test, and deploy this capability within days using off-the-shelf systems, one of which you see here on stage today. Today, I'm here to start a conversation about how we can unleash the next generation of autonomy to ensure American military dominance in the age of proliferated unmanned systems. Later, we'll run through the specifics to show you exactly what's happening. But first, let's set the stage. Recent conflicts have shown us that we need to be able to deploy and coordinate massive fleets of unmanned systems across every domain simultaneously. That's sensors, cameras, and radar on the ground. That's drones, ground vehicles, and satellites. Without doing so at scale, we're staring down defeat in the next war. Picogrid builds the hardware and software infrastructure to make that possible. Now, stepping back a little bit, I started my career designing, testing, and fielding fully autonomous systems and field sensors for the US Army Corps of Engineers and the Naval Expeditionary Warfare Center. While many of my closest friends went off to air-conditioned offices at Google or Goldman, I made some of the most remote training installations across the country home. And there I learned the hard truth, that integrating the best new technology into day-to-day military operations is extremely difficult. New vendors are given two options. Either A, build another silo and ask your users to look at just another screen, or B, depend on your competitor. If we're to field millions of unmanned systems across every domain, we must merge the best new technologies, including many of them presented here on stage today, and the larger current defense ecosystem. And that's across every domain, across every vendor, and across every mission. Our adversaries are outpacing us, and we're falling behind because of outdated infrastructure, stovepipe solutions, and vendor lock-in. Competing requires speed when fielding the best-of-breed technologies and adapting for any new mission. At Picogrid, that's what we do. The solution is simple: powerful, open, vendor-neutral middleware to connect the best systems from any vendor with existing and future command and control. At Picogrid, we're delivering real-world value. We've won over $15 million in government contracts, and we're backed by over $12 million in venture funding to deliver capabilities to the warfighter faster. And we've become one of the youngest companies ever to be selected to be part of a major program of record. And we're deployed across the world today. We're used for optimizing manpower to stop drug smuggling along the southern border. We're deployed in the Pacific for connecting operations around islands. And I'm especially excited that we're part of a $1 billion Space Force program of record, our second of $2 billion multiple award IDIQs. And this win extends our capabilities even further into the final frontier. So what sets us apart? We're vendor neutral. We merge today's best technologies with tomorrow's innovations. And doing so ensures that we build a platform without conflicts of interest that slow the pace of development over time. Picogrid is extensible for new missions. The system you saw today was built within a week. We're reconfigurable for new missions within days. The platform is built intentionally to enable hot swapping of payloads and interfaces on the fly. And the platform is open with public documentation, engineering support for the warfighter and for partner companies. And most importantly, we're multi-domain by default, designed to operate millions of systems across every domain simultaneously: land, sea, air, and space. And Picogrid is not limited to just military operations. We're backed by multiple private companies across public safety, energy infrastructure, and mining. Now, while others cling to vendor-specific, tightly integrated systems, Picogrid builds middleware, the connective tissue for unmanned systems from many vendors. And I'm proud to say that we partner with some incredible companies, some of whom are on the stage with us today. And this is both hardware and software. Legion, our core product, is an open API. It serves as the backbone to link together disparate systems. And our hardware platforms, the base stations and C2 nodes you see here, allow the warfighter to deploy, sustain, and operate these platforms in the real world. Lander on the left, the large system for persistent operations, Helios in the center, medium for mobile operations, and Portal, the small platform on the right, a simplified platform for integration with key existing capabilities. Together, these capabilities become a force multiplier on the modern battlefield. At Picogrid, we're building the ecosystem for true modularity, integrating the best-of-breed unmanned systems with mission-specific command and control, giving operators at headquarters access to the same information as soldiers on the ground, linking together primes and startups in a brand new way. This is systems integration redefined for speed and precision. Now let's see this in action really quick. We're linking together here. We can actually skip to the next one. Nope. All right, so this is a real-world scenario we ran actually yesterday, where you see a radar here on the left. That radar is looking over a valley where it's saying there's something out there. What is it? From there, we're autonomously slewing a camera about a mile away to go pick that up. On the top right, you see a feed of a drone sitting there on standby. And what's happening here is the vehicle is actually being picked up entirely with radar detections. That's happening entirely over the air, where we're sending a target coordinate from the radar to the camera. That camera is slewing to that location. And importantly, this is all assembled with off-the-shelf technology. Systems that otherwise would be just another interface for the warfighter are now linked together instantly. Now, as the vehicle passes by, this gives the operator the ability to understand what's going on. Is this a friend? Is this something we need to respond to? What's actually happening here? And so, with the under the hood, we see the vehicle being picked up. It's traveling along the roadway here. So here we've said, okay, this is a hostile vehicle. We need to respond to. Now we're selecting the systems we respond to. Now watch the top right. You saw that command just be executed, be sent down to the drone. That drone is now going to be flying towards a coordinate in the real world. And you just saw it take off. Now the drone is actually flying in real time, fully operated by a controller here. Go fly towards that target. Now, Picogrid is building a growing ecosystem of partners, many of whom are with us today. So government partners, find us later to discuss how we can support your mission. And companies, find us to discuss how you can join our partner ecosystem. Thank you.